Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Lagged Out episode 61, Pokemon Hell. No, I'm just kidding. But we're talking about the recent Pokemon news that came out. It would be about a week, I think like right a week after this actually is released. I'm pretty sure it came out yesterday or Monday. Monday, yeah. But welcome back, y'all. What's up, Joe?
What's that Pokemon? That's going to be the name of this.
That actually is a good name.
Those new starters, just like, what the heck? But we'll get into that.
Exactly.
Hello, Adam.
Hello. I am doing well. Just got off Lost Ark. Probably going to play Lost Ark after this. And just, yeah. I'm actually excited to try Destiny at some point too, but I'm just addicted to Lost Ark right now. It's really good.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah. But what about you?
I'm tired, honestly.
Nice.
I was like sitting here debating, like, do I just say like, hey, can we do this tomorrow and then go to bed? But I'm like, nah. So
nice.
I got things to do in Lost Ark, so I'll suffer.
True. That's a good point. Well, today we are talking about the Pokemon, and if a lot of you are late 20s like ourselves, you know, we're kids at heart, and so we love Pokemon, and so kind of surprising.
Late 20s, bro. I'm 10 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Like all great Pokemon trainers.
Oh my gosh. Well, Nintendo or the Pokemon Company, or I guess whoever owns them now, kind of, I guess, surprisingly kind of announced that they had a Pokemon game coming out late this year, which was kind of surprising because they released Arceus or Arceus or whatever the frick it's called. And they just did... What was it? The Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl last November.
Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Oh my gosh. But they just did that, so it was kind of surprising. However, this Pokemon's called Scarlet and Violet, which honestly I kind of like the names because I think honestly Sun and Moon is a terrible name. I think XYZW is a bad name. Black and White was like fine, but it's like
they're going back to colors.
I know. I actually kind of liked Scarlet and Violet. Now I don't know if I'll like the actual Pokemon, but what did you think about the name, Joe? Did you like the name?
I feel okay. So like the name's kind of weak, honestly. Okay. Like, cause like okay, so like the thing is like it's always opposites, right? X and Y, black and white, sun and moon, red, blue. But like Scarlet and Violet, they're not really opposites. Like it'd be like Scarlet and like Cerulean or something. I don't know.
Well, Violet is like purple and Scarlet is like a deep red. So I mean,
yeah, but like,
well, red and blue make purple.
Like when people say like Scarlet or red, I'm not like, oh, purple. You know, like I'm like, oh, blue. Like, you know, that's why we have red and blue. So like I feel like the names are kind of I don't know. Yeah. At least they kind of sound the same. So it's like let, you know, Scarlet, Violet.
Well, I'm honestly, I'm glad, like you said, they went back to colors, but I took color theory class in college and I'm trying to remember, but I'm pretty sure Violet is blue, purple. Like it's more blue than like, cause it's red and blue and yellow are the primary colors. And then red and blue make purple. And then if you add, I believe a little bit more blue, it is violet, or and then if you add a little bit more red, it would be scarlet, or like what's it called, maroon, I guess.
Okay.
So it's technically secondary and tertiary colors. I didn't think we'd actually be talking about that. I know it's tertiary colors. Yeah, but
sure.
Either way. What did you actually think about the overall news of the release? Were you kind of surprised though, or like, because I didn't think they would release Pokemon this year, like a new one.
So they had their big announcement thing on like Pokemon Day. So they released a ton of news for everything. So Legends Arceus is getting DLC. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl is getting DLC.
What's the DLC for that?
I'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
And then they had some things for like, you know, like Pokemon Unite, Pokemon like cafe or whatever it's called. And then like Pokemon Go, and they had like announcements for those two. And then at the very end, they dropped like a little 3-minute trailer just to say, hey, Gen 9 is coming later this year. And they showed the 3 starters, which when I saw them, I knew Pokemon Day was like a thing, and I knew they're probably going to announce something or other, but like I didn't catch the live stream or anything. So I was just like on Discord, and then someone posted a picture. Maybe it was Twitter. I was somewhere like not on the live stream basically. And someone posted a picture of like the 3 starters. I'm like, those aren't real. Those are Neopets or something. Like those are like fake mon or something. And sure enough, they're real. I'm like, really? Like what? And everyone on Twitter is like, oh my God, like the grass is so cute. Oh my God, I love this fire guy. Oh my God, the duck is Donald Duck. And it's just like, dude, like, they look so fake though. And like, I only saw one other comment on Twitter that shares my ideals, which is literally just, these are the most like fake mon official like Pokemon I've ever seen or something like that. Cause like, yeah, to me, they don't look like Pokemon. The grass one looks like a Neopet. The fire one looks like it belongs in like a Mickey Mouse cartoon or something. And then the water one, it's freaking like Donald Duck or something. Like it's just like it belongs on like Disney Channel.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe like the other Pokemon in the region or like their evolutions will like get me more into it. But right now, between the name and the starters, I'm kind of resident sleeper on the whole Gen 9. So,
yeah. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were like sort of about to talk about actually, because I personally don't like them either, and like the Quaxley or whatever is hilarious because it's quacking and it's a duck, but it looks like Wario wearing a hat mixed with Pelipper if Pelipper was skinnier, and Donald Duck. It's like a tri-fusion monster, and I'm like, what the heck is that? And then Fuecoco, I guess it's supposed to be a fired crocodile, and then Sprigatito, like I don't know, but I agree. I think they look weird. They look too round. Like I know that sounds weird, but like they're too cartoony. Like I personally, the triple evolution might look better. Obviously, that's usually what happens, but yeah, I don't know. They're calling them partners as well. Meet the first partner Pokemon. I don't know if that means anything.
Starters, partners, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay. But is this going to be like, it says it's going to be, it's the Pokemon series takes a new evolutionary step, allowing you to explore freely in a richly expressed open world. Do you think it's going to be like more open, like an open game though? Like where, like Arceus?
I imagine it'll be like Legends Arceus or like a Sword and Shield or something like that, where it's like, you're not just following like a linear like path.
Okay.
And, like, there are certain like grass spots. It's like it'll be like the wild area in Sword and Shield, I guess, but like maybe more so.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Legends Arceus is completely open world.
Yeah, it is, from what I understand.
But yeah, and also just to rewind a little bit, the reason why I'm not surprised that they announced Gen 9 is because ever since like they finished with the Gen 3 remakes, they've been pumping out a new gen like every like 2 years, it feels like. So it's like Gen 7 in like 2 years, Gen 8, and now 2 years later, Gen 9, basically. But also with Legends Arceus and the Gen 4 remakes, those weren't made by Game Freak. Those were done by different studios. They were just like produced by Game Freak or something like that, or maybe just the Pokemon company like as a whole. So that's why. Yeah. Okay. And I think that's also why the Gen 4 remakes were so, they weren't changed as much. Like they changed like the underground area, which is cool, but for the most part, it was literally like the same thing. And people were hoping it would be more like a Gen 4 remake, but like Sword and Shield. But I think it's because it wasn't Game Freak doing it. It was like a third party company making it, or developer. That's why they just stuck to Gen 4 and just kept like the top down, like little mini chibi looking cartoon characters and stuff for your playable character and all that.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm looking at the starters from all the other regions, and like we'll get into this in just a second about like the cartoon feel, but it seems to me that after Gen 4, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I feel like all the starters after that look terrible. Like, and
really?
yeah, I do. Like you can see a major design difference if you put them side by side. Like I'm scrolling down this website, and as soon as you hit Gen 5 is like, I'm confused because it says Gen 5, the Hisui starter Pokemon. Wait, I guess that's Legends of Arceus or something. So that's a mix. So yeah, so it's Unova, which is black and white, is where you start to see just a little bit of, you see a pretty big shift in their design. Like they're more like round, like I'm serious, they're like more round, and they look like they're just like little stuffed animals. Like I'm not even kidding you. And like I will say that there's a few starters after that are kind of cool looking. So one of them, it's the Kalos, so it's X and Y. So the Fennekin looks kind of cool because that actually has like some sort of detail to it. I think the frog looks stupid, and I think Chespin looks stupid. Yeah, so those look stupid.
You don't like Froakie?
And then in Sword and Shield, Litten actually looks kind of neat. Popilo looks stupid, and Rowlet is like, I think Rowlet is just like such a like staple of like an toy now. I feel like that I just see that everywhere. But then like,
dude, I love Rowlet.
I look at Galar, which is, I guess,
Sword and Shield.
Yeah, Sword and Shield. The Score Bunny looks fine, but the other ones still just look like a little dull. And so you get down to freaking Scarlet and Violet, and they look like they're just these plushy dolls where like they're not made, like it's weird, man. If you literally look at all of them, Chimchar, Piplup, and Turtwig all actually look like they can actually do something. Same with Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, and then Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile. It's like they had more like flair to them in their design. Like, you know, Cyndaquil has the fire on its back, like Chikorita has the leaf on its head. Totodile looks like an alligator essentially. Like compare Totodile to the freaking fire thing that they just made, Fuecoco. They're both supposed to be alligators / crocodiles. What the hell is like it's weird. It's like they put like their whole body as a head, and then they have little arms and legs, and then that's the design. That's what it seems like they do now in their designs, and I don't understand why. Like, look, it's so weird to me. Like, I just don't get it. Like, they have no identity. Like, the design is so boring to me. I don't know. I'm like ranting right now.
Funny. I find it funny you're saying they're too round now, but Gen 1 has some of the most round starters.
I think round is a bad explanation. I think it's what I'm trying to say is what I just said is like identity and like uniqueness. Like Charmander is so like unique. Like it's round, but it's like it looks unique, and it's like it looks proportional, I guess, if that makes sense. Bulbasaur, same thing. Squirtle, same thing. But it's like as you go down the list, you know, and you get in towards the later stuff, it's just like the stuff like doesn't. It just, they look like little babies, and it's like, what is this? Like Cyndaquil and all these other things, man, they were freaking bad A, dude. Like, I don't know. That's kind of my opinion, and that's, I think, why I don't like a lot of the new Pokemons, is because of the design that they've went away from. But what do you think about that? What do you think of that assessment or rant?
I think you're wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Because Froakie and Chespin are great. Rowlet is S tier. So like, I will say this with the new start, in regards to the new starters, I like their designs. I just don't think they're Pokemon. Like I said, the grass one, I'm not even going to try to remember the name, like Sprig something.
Sprigtito.
It's, yeah, like Sprigtato or something.
Sprig Potato.
Probably just like tilting so many people. The grass one looks like a Neopet. It doesn't look like a Pokemon to me. And I think it's the eyes. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's the eyes. Fuecoco looks, again,
Stupid.
like a cartoon character or something. I like its design. I think it's derpy and funny, but like it does, again, it's not like it doesn't feel like a Pokemon.
I know. Like compare it to literally Totodile, it doesn't look anything like an alligator.
And then Quaxly just feels too boring. Like, oh, it's like a duck with like a weird hat thing on its head. which might just be part of its actual head instead of a hat. So it's just got this weird like lump, and then it has like a little like W thing on it.
Wario. It's Wario, dude. It's gonna try evolution into Pelipper.
Like the last time they made a duck was, at least that I can think of, is Gen 5. They literally called it Ducklet, and then its evolved form was Swanna. And I'm like, wow, you guys tried so hard on those.
I do think like, Quaxley is an S tier name, but
I do like the name, and like I like the color scheme of white and blue and stuff. It's just like the design is just so boring, especially compared to the other two, I feel like. But again, like the others, I don't feel like any of them are Pokemon. Now that said, I pretty much like all the starters for all the generations, all the games. Like you said, you kind of like fell off after like Gen 4, and like I can kind of understand that. Like I wasn't a big fan of Gen 5, and like I thought the starters were okay. Tepig has grown on me just because like in the anime he's so cute. And then Snivy's kind of cool too. And then Oshawott I like the concept of Oshawott because it's like it uses its shell to make like a blade of water out of it. So it's like a sword basically, and it can like slash it. I think that's cool. And then it like evolves into like a samurai otter, which is sick. But yeah, Gen 5 is definitely the weakest for me, but I still like them anyways. In their starter forms anyways. I don't really care too much for their evolutions. And then like Gen 6, 7, 8, I like all those basically. I love Rowlet from Sun and Moon. I love Grookey from Sword and Shield. So I guess I have some grass bias a little bit.
I think you do.
Yeah, I think all of them are great. And I just don't think the new ones are Pokemon.
Yeah.
Great designs, just not Pokemon.
I just like, man, I don't know, dude. It's like, so, okay. This kind of goes into our next thing though, of like, in my opinion, I think a lot of the Pokemon designs in the new Pokemon games do look cartoonish though. Like
in what way though?
Like it's like
describe what you mean by like cartoonish.
Like,
because it's like it is a cartoon.
I think it's kind of what you're saying is it doesn't look like a Pokemon. It doesn't look like they're from the same like universe. If that makes sense. Gotcha. The designs, like I'm looking through all the Pokemon right now, like from Gen 1, and I don't know if it's like the coloring, I don't know if it's the shading, I don't know what they're doing or what they've done. But you look at all the Gen 1 Pokemon, you look at the Gen 2 Pokemon, all right, and you start getting into like the Gen 3 Pokemon, it starts to change a little bit.
Well, that's because for Gen 1, they had like 2 or 3 like designers. And then Ken Sugimori was like their main like art guy. So like all like the old like watercolor portraits of Pokemon, he's the one who so what they would do is
watercolor portraits.
So here, I'll show you. I'll send you a picture. But basically, original. I'll just do like this picture because why not? So basically, they would make the sprite first, and then that's the wrong channel. Ken Sugimori, like the lead artist, the head artist of Game Freak at the time, he would then translate those designs into those watercolor paintings that I just sent to you. And that would be like their like official design or whatever. That's why the sprites look so different from the art.
I have to look at it on my phone. Hold on.
The sprites would look different because the sprite artist would have like this idea in mind, but then Ken looks at it and sees this other idea instead. So that's why like there's that difference there. And in Gen 1, they only had like 2 or 3 like sprite designers and like Ken to like design or, paint things or whatever. And then Gen 2, they might have bumped it up a little bit, but it was still going to be like those core like 4 guys basically.
So you're saying you're saying that the thing you sent me, they took those sprites and someone painted on top of them?
No, so they would make the sprite and then Ken Sugimori, the lead artist or whatever, he would look at the sprite and be like, okay, this is what I see. And then he would paint what he thought he saw basically, or he would like try to improve the design. That's why like the sprites in Gen 1 are so like wild and bombastic. Like Golbat is like, bleh, you know, and like freaking like, and like Weezing is like upside down technically. So like Ken would go back after the sprites were made, look at them, and then paint his own version of them basically. And then that became like the official like artwork and designs that they also use in like the anime and stuff. And then it wasn't until Gen 3 that they started going back and doing all of the, like the pictures you see like nowadays with like how they like paint them and stuff. It's not watercolor anymore.
Okay. Yeah, because that has to be why.
Yeah, so Gen 1 and 2 is like, you know, very few people designing all like 250 Pokemon basically. But then Gen 3, for the like 80 that they added or whatever,
they still look good though.
Like 50 or something. But yeah,
there's more than 50. I'm scrolling through right now.
New ones maybe. Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, I just remember the dex for Hoenn is 300, but you can't actually catch them in Hoenn. So, yeah, so Gen 3, like obviously they're bigger company now. They've had 2 very, very successful games and an anime and like some other things and stuff, trading cards and all that. So they can afford more artists and stuff. So that's definitely why the art seems to like the design shifts basically.
Yeah, because I mean, you look in like Gen 4 and there's some cool designs, but you still start to see like just things that look so abstract, and it's like, man, I mean, okay, they have like, how many do they have? They have like over 800 Pokemon or something.
Well, with this gen, they'll cross over 1,000.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like, I know that they obviously like, you know, they obviously are probably running out of ideas, but like
a little bit.
It's just, yeah, man, I think like as someone who grew up with this, it's really difficult to see some of these designs and you're like, bro, like what the heck is going on with this? Like, you know, I'm in Gen 5 now. I'm looking at like some of this stuff. I'm like, dude,
I think Gen 5 is pretty weak because that's when they did like a soft reboot of everything. So like, you know, you have Gens 1 through, especially in terms of the anime. So Gen 1 through 4, like Ash sort of like ages up a bit. They never like say, oh, he's like 14 years old now or whatever. It's just like, you know, he's like aged up a bit. He looks a little more mature. And then all of a sudden, Gen 5, they change his design a bit. And then they also make sure to iterate that he's 10 years old again. At like, it's like episode 1 of Gen 5's like anime. It's like, oh, this is Ash Ketchum. He's 10 years old and he's the Pokemon trainer or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So that's kind of why Gen 5 is like so, I don't know. People seem to like the games of Gen 5. I couldn't get into the designs a lot and that turned me off to it. But I guess people like it because they did try to do like a soft reboot of like Gen 1 essentially. And Yu-Gi-Oh has done this too, even though this isn't Yu-Gi-Oh topic, but like Yu-Gi-Oh did that with what I consider their Gen 5, which is Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal, which is where they added XYZ or Exceed summoning, as it's called. Because it's literally like, oh, hey, here's a protagonist. He has this cool golden triangle relic thing around his neck as a necklace, and he has a spirit friend thing, and they have to figure out the spirit friend's like past or something, you know, like,
yeah.
And then the final duel is between the main character and his spirit friend person. And it's like, wow, this is definitely not Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. This is totally original. Yeah. So Gen 5 for me is like why, like it's kind of the weakest one, just because they're trying to like, I guess get the older audience back into the game or like reignite people's passions for it or something. I don't know. I think it's kind of the weakest in terms of a lot of the designs. I think a lot of the designs are also good though. Like I said, I like the starters. I like the what's it called? The I guess it's not a pseudo legendary, but like the one dragon Axew evolves into Haxorus. It's literally dragons and axes combined, and like that's so sick to me. Gen 5 also has like a lot of cool ghost types and stuff, but yeah, they're definitely like running out of ideas, I feel like, or at least like they're So I don't know if I can actually say they're running out of ideas because sorry I'm talking so much, but
Oh, that's fine. I'm just waiting to explain one of my points right here.
One reason they design Pokemon the way that they design them is because they design, or at least they come up with the idea of the region first, and then they make Pokemon to fit that region. So like Alola, for example, Sun and Moon, Gen 7, it wouldn't make much sense to have a Pokemon that clearly looks like it belongs in a city when the setting is like Hawaii, basically, So
yeah,
that's one reason why they do it that way.
That's interesting. Like, maybe that's why some of them are like that too, because they're so themed to the area. But here's like a perfect example of kind of like what I think some of it is too. And then we'll move on to like the last thing. But like, so I think too, in the newer generations, the pre-evolution, like the pre-evolved form of some of these Pokemon looks so dumb. Like they make them look so like stupid.
Like who?
Okay, so perfect example, and I'll show you one. So what? So Lit Leo. Okay, do you know what that is?
Yeah,
so he looks so stupid.
Or not 7, sorry. Sounds
but his Pyroar evolution actually looks like a Pokemon. And it's like, what is his face even doing in Gen 1? Like, what kind of thing is this? But then you go down, look, you go down a few Pokemon. What generation is this?
Litleo is Gen 6.
Okay, so then you look at Pancham and Pangoro, and those actually look good, but Pancham actually looks good. Like, Pancham doesn't look stupid. Like, it's actually designed well. And it's like, again, it's so weird. It's like they make this cartoony kid looking stuffed animal as the Gen 1 or the pre-evolution Pokemon. Okay, another great one, Skrelp. Skrelp actually looks kind of cool. Like
Skrelp was cool. Yeah.
Like he actually looks good, right? And then you have Tyrant. Tyrant actually looks kind of cool with Tyrantrum or whatever.
Tyrantrum, yep.
But like you just get some of these Pokemon that look so dumb. Like they're pre-evolution. And I think it's just the style that they're drawing them in. It's like the eyes and stuff. They make the eyes so big. It's like, what are you doing? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. But like, again, I think Rowlet is just too squishy. Like, what is he? He looks like a freaking ball. He looks like a soccer ball.
That's the best part about it.
I mean, even Dartrix looks stupid too. But like,
okay, no, the middle evolutions are always awkward. Usually,
I mean, maybe
they're almost never good.
True.
Like the only good ones I can think of are like Bayleaf, Quilava, Charmeleon, Wartortle, and I'm going through all of them in my head real quick, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then you look at freaking Charbug, and it's like, dude, you couldn't do any better than that. It looks like a freaking looks like a fuss. Yeah, just like, dude, I don't know what they're doing with that. But like, yeah, like I don't know, Rockruff is like fine.
Rockruff is great.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just so Mudbray looks way too cartoony. I think Mudsdale.
Yeah, Mudbray's a little. I don't know. Mudbray grew on me. The eyes are definitely weird, but I kind of like it. Mudsdale is okay. Like it looks like it's Eeyore or something. Like it's always sad, but like it's fine, I guess. Like the rest of it looks cool. But yeah, it's funny about the Litleo thing. I think I definitely felt the same way initially. Now I like it just because like it's grown on me because I see it all the time, like Pokemon Go and stuff. But I think definitely the one thing that I didn't like about it is like the alfalfa hair. Like it's just a little whoop,
Yeah.
It's just like it's alfalfa. It's like it's stupid. And if you don't know who alfalfa is, just Google him. Just spell it the way I'm saying it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I don't know. I feel like there's definitely like a trend where they make like the first stage evolution or whatever, the first stage like cutesy or like cuddly or like it could be like a stuffed animal type thing, right? And then like when they evolve, they get like cool or like scary or something. Although I guess they never really try to do scary, but I mean for some of them they do, I guess. But for the most part, they go to like cutesy and then it's even more cute, or like it just stays the same level of cute, or it's like a little bit more serious, or they just go for the cool factor usually. But most of the time, especially recently, probably since like Gen 7, they've gone for like, yes, the first stage must be cute.
I just don't get it,
like
man.
It doesn't, I don't know.
I hate it.
Well, I mean, like I don't mind it, I guess, but
okay.
It would be cool to see more variety. Cause like,
yeah.
Like Psyduck is a good one where it's like, he's derpy. Like
he still looks good
he's
though.
Cute. Yeah. He looks good. Like he doesn't look cute per se. Like he's cute in his own like derpy way, but he's not designed to look like cute, you know? And then he evolves into Golduck, who looks super cool.
Right.
So it's like, if we had a little more variety like that, and it wasn't just so like, some of them are fine, but then some are just like, especially even like in Gen 8, like, what is it called? Sinistea. It's like a ghost.
I just saw that. It looks stupid.
It's a teacup. And like, and then it evolves into Poltegeist. And it's like, I love the names. The names are great. But it's just like,
I just think they should
like
stay
a ghost wearing.
I just think they should
like
stay. They should stay more. They should go back to them being animal-like and not these inanimate objects.
So the objects I don't mind as long as they're like, it's either like really believable or they're like ghosts. Like Magnemite is odd enough to where it's like, it could be a Pokemon. Whereas something from Gen 5, like Clink, is literally just a gear with like a face.
I know.
Whereas Magnemite is like at least an eyeball and like some magnets.
That's what I'm saying. I think those kind of objects, it's like the first one's fine, but then after they redo it a bunch of times, it just doesn't work anymore. But I was gonna ask you as a last question, what is your favorite looking Pokemon if you had to choose like one off the top of your head? Because for me, it's tough.
Of good ones.
I know.
There's a lot.
If you had to choose a couple of them, what would they be? Because for me, I'll go ahead and do mine if you want.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So some of my favorite ones.
Give me time to go through all 900 plus.
I know, right? I like Scyther. I think Scyther is one of the coolest looking Pokemon. I think Kabutops is really cool.
Like the Scythe hands.
Yeah. I think Jolteon is really cool.
Okay.
I think Charizard is really cool. And I love Sneasel as well. Those are just like 5 ones that just come to my head. Like they're just so cool looking. And the design is just so classic. I don't know why. They're just so cool. But those are some couple of mine. But what would you say? I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but
yeah. So, I mean, I like most designs. There are some that are just kind of like, I will say I do like Weavile better than Sneasel.
Weavile's cool.
Just because like, it's not that I don't like the one feather on the head. It's just like Sneasel looks so like frail, and at least Weavile looks like intimidating, I guess. Because it's like, oh, look at this little weasel that's like balding.
Oh my gosh, why you got to call me out like that?
I'm not. But no, so some cool designs. I think the first one that popped in my head was Lucario, and then second was Blaziken, third was Lugia, fourth was Entei.
Blaziken is actually really sick, yeah.
And these are all like based off like the anime too, not the games, because they look way cooler in the anime. And Entei especially, because like the freaking games don't do Entei justice. It's like that like smoke plume thing that he has for like the back of like his ponytail or whatever it is. In the games, it looks like it's a freaking like wacky waving inflatable arm inflating tube man or something.
Yeah, it does look that.
It looks so smooth, but it's supposed to be like smoke and it's supposed to be like billowing and like like all these like.
I caught an Entei with an Ultra Ball under Blackthorn City, one of my playthroughs.
Nice.
It was sick, but go ahead. Sorry.
So yeah, so that was 4. Like just look at Entei in the third movie. He looks so cool. Pikachu, obviously, one of the best ones. And then I'm trying to think of like any like later designs. I really like what's it called? Vikavolt, whatever you want to call it, from Gen 7. It's like it's what Charjabug evolves into. It looks sick. It's like a flying beetle with like these giant like mandibles, I think they're called, or just pincer teeth things, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of any others. I'm trying to think of like other legendaries too. Deoxys is a great one.
There's a good one. A lot of the legendaries just look good. I tried to stay away from
yeah,
those.
a lot of I feel like I like Gen 5's legendaries, Reshiram and Zekrom, but they also don't feel like Pokemon. Like Zekrom looks like a robot, and then like Reshiram, I mean, like I can kind of see it as a Pokemon more than the other ones, but it's just kind of meh to me. I don't know. But yeah, that's just off the top of my head. Those are my like 6 or so favorites, I guess.
Nice. No, yeah, you mentioned something that I forgot about. Blaziken. I love Blaziken. He's so cool. Yeah, there's a lot, honestly, but let us know what you guys think down in the comments. What's your favorite looking Pokemon? What do you think about the new Pokemon designs? If you play Pokemon, if you don't play Pokemon, just tell us that you don't play Pokemon. But
tell us your favorite Digimon or Neopet designs.
Exactly. Digimon Monsters Unite. Yeah, just let us know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see what comes of it. But yeah, Joe, do you have any more things to say to our Pokemon trainers?
Franklin for Gen 9.
Yeah, Franklin looks like Quaxley.
Dude,
like
right?
straight
He's
up.
better though.
I know.
Yeah.
Freaking
Dude, imagine for like the sound bite that plays when Quaxley comes out of the Pokeball. It's just
I know, that's what I'm saying,
that'd
dude.
be amazing.
Dude, you should send that in on like Fiverr. Be like, hey, I'll do the voice acting for Quaxley.
Yeah, right. That'd be cool though. Oh, I'll leave you on a fun fact since we kind of talked about Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. Dan Green, the voice of Yugi and the Pharaoh, voiced Trico in the original voice cast, like 4Kids dubbing of
Interesting.
the Hoenn region.
Very interesting.
So yeah. So it's kind of funny that like a guy who's like, it's time to duel and dark magician, you know, like this deep voice. That's not his natural voice. He deepens it for the character. But it's kind of funny that he can go from that to Trico.
That is so interesting. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
fun fact.
Yeah, y'all, just give us a comment. Let us know. All the social links are down below as well. You can
or
check
they're to the right of the video because YouTube is changing the description.
Oh, that is right. They're to the right of the video.
So dumb.
But
so dumb.
Yeah, you guys have a great evening. And gals have a great evening, night, morning. But we will see you guys later. Peace.